Okay, so for our American Indians project, me, Bailey, Rocco, and Jacob all worked together on the Inuit Indians. We did a Minecraft project. So first, we built our Inuit igloos, homes, and we have a couple of books telling you about the Inuit Indians and what they wore, what they ate, and what their shelter was. Like we're in one right now. They had a big fire in the middle to keep them warm because, as you can tell, it looks pretty cold out. Uh, so for the first book, I made this book, and it says Inuit Indians. The Inuit Indians lived in northern Canada and in Alaska. They lived in igloos and ate bears, seals, whales, foxes. They hunted these and animals and then cooked them. The igloos were made out of ice and some snow. They dressed with sealskin to keep their bodies warm. And this is from your Mr. Shed's Active Inspire. That's where I got most of this information. And then for the second book, we have The Clothes of the Inuit by Jacob. He said the Inuit had extra long pieces of sealskin that cover their rear ends so when they sit down, their rear ends don't get wet. And he got this from the Active Inspire also. And for the third one, I got this off of the internet. I went over and searched all of it, and I found this information. The links and the website were in there. I found the Inuit were the first people of Canada. That's what some people were called them. And I have the link right here. And then I have another little, I guess, fact. There are 9 different types of Inuit. Example: caribou, net silk, copper, and Western Arctic Inuit. I got this from this link too, so you can go and pause the video. I don't know. And let me just put these back. And so let's move on to how they got their food. One of their ways to get their food was to go fishing. So I kind of made this little river here. And since it's cold, they usually go ice fishing. And Jacob made this book. The Inuit used ice fishing as one of their sources for food. Ice fishing is when you drill a hole in the ice and then drop a line in it. I'm pretty sure he got that off of the internet. And he searched for that off. No, he got that off the Active Inspire. And here's an example of ice fishing. Well, I kind of destroyed the water there, so I had to put new water in. And then you just basically go fishing. You catch some fish. So that's how it goes. And now for the summer homes. So I built this igloo here. Rocco built this igloo here, and Jacob built the far one. Then he built his summer home. Rocco built his, and I built mine. So we can go and check those out. And it's a little small place just for the summer. But here's some information about it that Jacob, me and Rocco and Jacob all helped out, even though it says it's by Jacob. The summer homes. During the summer, the Inuit made summer homes to live in. The summer homes were made out of driftwood with sealskin draped over it. The Inuit moved closer to the shore during summer to hunt. We couldn't really put sealskin over it, so we just kind of put the driftwood and tried to make it kind of reasonable. And now this is just for polar bears. Another way how they got their food. I'm just showing here an example of polar bears. Polar bears in here. And me and Jacob helped out with this one. It says, the polar bear was another source of food for the Inuit. When an Inuit kills a polar bear, they gain a lot of respect, and they also respect the polar bear. That was from the Act of Inspire. And I'm pretty sure that is it. Yeah. I'll just take you on a little tour for the Inuit home. So we made it out of snow and it had ice around it. And so here's the big fire. And we just put some furnaces up there because I thought it looked cool. And yeah, that's about it. But they had a big fire in the middle of the room to keep them warm. But it's kind of cold out, like I said before. So, yeah, I guess that is it. And so we got a lot of it off the Active Inspire and searched some of it up off the internet from different sources. So that was our American Indians project for Mr. Shed.